So every year with my husband's family, we put everybody's name in a hat and we draw. And whose name you get is who you buy Christmas presents for that year. This year, a couple of friends of ours entered into the hat as well, and I happened to draw one of their names. He is a huge fan of bourbon, so I wanted to do a flight of bourbon for him. And then I thought about it and went, what if I did a flight of bourbon balls instead? So we're going to make some bourbon balls today. I have a cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Stir that together. I'm just kind of breaking up the chunks of powdered sugar that are in here. Then I'm going to add 2 cups of crushed Nilla wafers. A cup of crushed pecans. Roll that together. Now we have a 1/4 cup of bourbon. This one is Wild Turkey. And the perfect size, just so you know, are the little airline bottles you can get at the liquor store. They are a perfect 1/4 cup, just for future reference. And then I have 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. I'm going to mix this all together. And now it's time to get dirty. So I'm going to put my hands in it and break everything up and get it all into like a dough. So we don't cook bourbon balls. So these are not a child-friendly treat. These are for adults only. So now I'm going to take my tiny scoop, well, not my tiny one. This is the small cookie scoop. I'm going to roll the bourbon ball together. Roll it in powdered sugar, just like this, and set it on a cookie tray. And we'll do this with all of the dough we have. And then we will refrigerate it for at least 2 hours, but can be refrigerated up to 3 weeks. In an airtight container. And there we have it. Our recipe makes about 30 of the bourbon balls, and we're going to put these in the refrigerator before we mail them off. So our bourbon balls have been chilling in the refrigerator for about 4 hours now. So all I'm going to do is put them in these nice, lovely containers like this. These, and I was really nice to my friend. I labeled the bottom of each one with what they were made from. So these I made with Gentleman Jack. Before you start telling me that Jack Daniel's is a whiskey and not a bourbon, I suggest you look up the definition of the difference between a whiskey and a bourbon. And there we have our Jack Daniels. These are going to be, the Gentleman Jack. These are Jack Daniels honey flavored. And last, but certainly not least, our Wild Turkey. And I thought about making a game out of it and making him decide which bourbons they were made with. And I decided to be nice to my friend Brian, and instead, I gave him the answer on the bottom. If he looks at the bottom. And there we have the Wild Turkey.